In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a throttle body on your Dodge Ram. It's located right here on the top side of your engine. Let's go ahead and use our 3/8 wrench. I'm going to go ahead and loosen this nut and remove the terminal. I'll go ahead and disconnect our terminal here. We'll go ahead and set that aside. Using our 8mm socket, we're going to go ahead and loosen the hose clamp here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this vacuum tube, pop this off. I'm going to undo the clasps or the locks on your air box. I'm going to get lift up on this here. And then go ahead and wiggle the intake tube off of the airbox here. Go ahead and set that aside. Using a 10mm socket and extension, we want to go ahead to this front bolt down here. This is right behind the alternator, but this is securing the front side of the airbox here. Okay. Right behind the oil fill cap here, there's another bolt here. Loosen that one. Go ahead and lift up on this. And on the front side here, you're going to find a sensor. I want to go ahead and disconnect that. There's a little spring tab on the bottom. We're going to pinch that and pull that connector off. And pull out and set that aside. Now some of these throttle body harnesses here will have a red lock tab on here. You simply use a small pocket screwdriver, pull that out to unlock it, and then you're going to go ahead and move this little tab here. Bring that back and slide that off. I'm going to go ahead and slide this gasket off, set that aside. And there are going to be 4 8mm screws holding the throttle body on. Let's go ahead, loosen and remove those. Grab that unit, go ahead and slide that out and away. Now right around the perimeter here, we have an O-ring seal. You want to go ahead and inspect that, make sure that is in good condition. We're going to go ahead and just take some solvent, clean up around the face of this here. A little bit of the intake. We don't want any garbage falling down inside there. And we're going to put that solvent on a rag here. We don't want to spray that into the engine, but we do want to clean up that gasket surface so our new throttle body seals up nicely. Now if this O-ring is worn, torn, flattened out, you want to go ahead and replace this. Ours looks like it's still in good usable condition. And take your new throttle body. I'm going to go ahead and drop our 4 bolts in that we removed from the other throttle body. Now there's a pin on the top here and one on the lower side here. They're pretty much alignment pins for your throttle body. It makes it super simple to line this up. I'm going to go ahead and get these bolts started by hand. I want to go ahead and just Now you don't want to use an impact tool to go ahead and drive these all the way in because you're just going to be putting the bolts into plastic and you don't want to damage that. So I came back with a 1/4-inch ratchet. I'm going to finish anchoring these down until they're fully seated. And you'll feel that bolt bottom out. And do the same for all of these here. I'm going to go ahead and torque these down to 105 inch-pounds. I'm going to go ahead and connect that connector here, just push it on. You hear and feel it snap into place. If your particular vehicle has a red locking tab here, simply push that in, lock it on. We have some residual oil on this here, so we want to go ahead and clean that before installing. Use a little bit of light solvent here just to try and clean this up. I want to make sure that we have a good proper seal. And go ahead and press that on like that. I'm going to take our upper box here. Make sure you can slide that onto the throttle body. Push that on. I'm going to go ahead and get our lower bolts lined up. We want to make sure we can get our connector for our sensor up and out of the way here. If you can, go ahead and get that bolt started by hand. Then we'll get this back one here started by hand. And let's go ahead and snug those down. Let's go ahead and snug these bolts down. And once those snug down, you're pretty much all set there. Then come over here, grab that connector, line that up, slip that on. You can hear it and feel it snap into place. Go ahead and line up the air tube there. Go ahead and work that into place. On the airbox base itself, there are notches on the top and there's tabs on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and make sure we can flex that box. Get those tabs to come through, lock that in. Go ahead and snap your clips back on. I want to install the vacuum tube here. Slip that on. I'm going to go ahead and tighten down the clamp here. And once that's snug, you're all set there. Go ahead and tighten down our bolt here. When I want to hop into the vehicle, and you want to turn the ignition key to the on position. Do not crank or start the engine. You want to let that key stay in the on position for a minimum of 10 seconds, preferably 30 to 40 seconds. Shut off the key and then go ahead and start the vehicle. The purpose of doing that is you want the PCM to go ahead and recognize that there is a new throttle body installed and reset its parameters.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.